How do podcasts make money? And do podcasters really make a living podcasting? These are some of the common questions that beginner podcasters have. And in this episode, we'll answer some of those questions. Hello and welcome to TPU TV. This is Dilip. I'm a blogger, podcaster, and affiliate marketer. If you're new to this channel, then this is a channel where I talk a lot about podcasting related tips and tricks, and also how to get started with your own podcast. So you might want to subscribe to this channel and click the bell notification so that you stay updated with all the latest episodes that I release. I release an episode every Thursday. Now, podcasting and money. 90% of all the people who want to start a podcast wants to know if podcasts can really make money and if podcasters really make a living out of podcasting. Now, that's a question that I'll answer in some other episode. But for now, we'll look at answers to some of the common questions like, can podcasts really make money? And if so, what are the different income sources that podcasters make money from? Now, if you do a quick Google search with terms like podcasters who make money or the top podcasters who make money, you will find the usual list of people featuring in pretty much every blog post. It is Joe Rogan, Karen and Georgia, Bill Simmons, Dave Ramsey, Pat Flynn. These are some of the common names that you will see, and these names are pretty much the same since the last, I think, about 3 to 4 years. There are 1 or 2 additions to this list that could have happened in the last year or so, but then again, they just keep popping into the top 10 or maybe drop out of the top 10. But these are pretty much the same names that you will see featuring every year when the report comes out as to who are the top podcasters who make money. Now, some of these podcasters earns in millions of dollars only from their podcast. But it is also important to keep in mind that these podcasters have been there for more than a decade and their podcast has been releasing episode pretty much consistently every week. And a lot of these podcasts are even daily podcasts. So they've been releasing episodes pretty much every day consistently without a break. And that's how they've reached that level that they are in right now. But then the question is, how are they making all of this money? Now, some of the top podcasters like Joe Rogan and Bill Simmons are brand names. And most of these big podcasting companies or media companies are ready to pay millions of dollars to these people, to these brands, to bring their show onto their platforms. Like, for example, Spotify signed up Joe Rogan for an undisclosed amount, but there are some articles on the internet that say that they signed Joe Rogan up for about $200 million for about a 3.5 years contract. But that's the kind of money that they are ready to pay to some of these top podcasters to get their podcast onto their platform. Now, these are unimaginable incomes, and in order for somebody to reach that point, you have to be spending a lot of time creating all of those content that people really love. And it isn't going to be something that you can do maybe in a year or two. And you have to put in a lot of effort to do that. Now, that's the first source of income for podcasters, and it is called as exclusive deals. Now, that's a very unconventional form of income, and it's only the top podcasters who usually get these kind of deals. Now, these top podcasters are all making money by primarily signing up for these exclusive deals with big media and podcasting companies. Now, if we hear top podcaster earning in millions, then it is through such deals in all probability. But like what I said, for that to happen, your show has to be that popular and it should be getting millions of downloads every month, and you should be an established brand name. Now, that aside, let us come back to the ground and look at some of the regular income streams that most podcasters prefer or most podcasters make most of their money from. Now, the first one is sponsorships. Now, sponsorships are one of the major source of income for podcasters, and shows that have a decent number of downloads can easily get sponsors for their show. These sponsors would pay a lot of money to sponsor individual episodes or maybe a complete season or even the complete show for a specific period of time. And the sponsorship amount will depend upon the popularity of the show. Now, there are a lot of networks that facilitate this podcaster advertiser negotiations and contracts and can help you get sponsors. But shows that have low downloads are difficult to find sponsors. So if your show isn't something that is getting about maybe 10,000 or 20,000 downloads per month, then it is very unlikely that you will be able to find sponsors for your show. Coming to the second source of income, which is advertisements. These days, most premium podcast hosting companies offer podcasters the option of running programmatic ads or automatic ads on their episodes, and they pay them through the CPM model. So if your show has only about 100 downloads, you can still enroll into these programs, but the only thing is that you might not be earning a lot of money through these advertisements because the CPM rates are pretty low when it comes to payout. But that option is always available even if your show doesn't get a lot of downloads. Now, there are also some ad networks that facilitate running ads. Now, these ads necessarily need not be from different brands. They can also be from different podcasters who wants to promote their podcast by running ads on your show. Now, the advertisers here might not be people who have huge budget for marketing, so the payouts are not going to be very high. They might pay you between $15 to $20 for sponsoring an episode. But for smaller podcasters, it is still a good option. And there are a lot of networks like OSA Collective that helps with this. We had worked with a network sometime back which is called as Audrey, which is not there anymore. They've shut down their business. But that was a good network to work with. And we had done a lot of sponsored ads on our show, The Tastes of India podcast, through Audrey, and we've earned close to about $2,700 in about 3 months, which is a decent income for small-time podcasters like us. The third source of income is affiliate marketing, and this is my favorite income source, and this is something that I keep recommending every podcaster who wants to start off with their podcast. Now, most top earning podcasters like John Lee Dumas or Pat Flynn, all of them make a lot of money from affiliate marketing, and it is one of the big source of income for them. So Pat Flynn used to publish his income reports until about some time back. JLD or John Lee Dumas does it even now. And if you look at their income reports, you will find that affiliate marketing is a big source of income for all of these guys. Now, the best part is that even if your show doesn't have a lot of downloads or doesn't have a lot of listeners, you can still make money using affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is all about recommending products and services that you would have used and you like, and hence you are recommending it to your listeners and to your viewers if you're doing it on YouTube. And if somebody clicks on that link that you are giving them and buys the product or service, then you earn a commission. So that system is very simple and everything is already set up. All that you need to do is just sign up to an affiliate network, get your unique link and promote it on your podcast or on your website. Now, conversions are a big factor of the total number of clicks that you get. So if your podcast isn't getting a lot of downloads or listens, then the conversions might be pretty low. But even if one person clicks on the link and buys a product and service through that link, then you're still earning money, which is a decent source of income for you. The only caveat here is that in order for this system to work well, you will need a website where you will basically be redirecting your podcast listeners to. You need to build an email list by capturing email addresses of your listeners. And then you need to continuously interact with people using your emails in order for the conversions to be good. That is how you will be able to better the conversions and earn more money from affiliate marketing. But that's a complete system in itself, which is something that I'll be covering in another video. But for now, if you want to know how to set up a website or how to set up an opt-in form and set the entire affiliate marketing system in place, then you can always reach out to me using the contact button on thepodcastinguniversity.com. You will also be able to find links to my recommended hosting company if you're planning to put together a website in the description below. That's again an affiliate link. So if you click and decide to buy hosting plan from them, then I'll be earning an affiliate commission from them. Now, that's the third source of income. Moving on to the fourth source of income, which is digital products and services. Now, once a podcaster establishes himself as a brand, and when people start following him for all of the knowledge that he's sharing, he starts to diversify his income source. And that is when these digital products and services come into play. And this becomes one of the prominent income sources for most such podcasters. Now, digital products and services are huge, and online learning market is also growing every year. So why not use this to your benefit and make money from them? If you're an expert on anything, it can be anything. If you're an expert on anything, you can put together a digital course or maybe an ebook and host it on an online learning platform and offer subscription to your listeners or subscription to people, and make money out of it. You will see everybody, including Pat Flynn, JLD, Amy Porterfield, all of these top podcasters have digital courses that they are offering or they're promoting through their podcast, which then becomes a prominent income source for most of these people. But then in order for that to work, you need to have some credibility in the market, and there has to be some following that you have or your podcast has in order for the conversions to be better. Moving on to the fifth income source, which is premium content. Premium content is based on a subscription model, and it is another popular income source for a lot of podcasters. But this works well only if your podcast has good number of listeners and it is accepted by people and they are ready to go and pay a subscription charge to listen to the podcast. Now, the system is all set up. Most of these premium hosting companies have the option of offering premium content to your listeners or to your downloads. This can even include ad-free content for people. But all of that system is already in place. So if you're with a premium hosting company like that of Acast, which is my recommended podcast hosting company, then that system is in place. You can offer premium content that your listeners can subscribe to. Now, those were the 5 prominent income sources for most podcasters. Now, there are a lot of other income sources as well that most of these podcasters use, like accepting donations. You can use PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or maybe Patreon to accept donations from people. And if people really like your podcast, they will always go and support you by paying donations. So that's another good income source. Some podcasters also do speaking gigs, but so far as my experience goes, speaking gigs aren't something that can make you a lot of money. Most podcasters do it for free, or most of these people do it for free in order to build their brand. So that isn't an income source for a lot of podcasters until and unless you are a big brand and people are ready to pay you to speak maybe at a conference or in one of their workshops. So that's another income source that a lot of podcasters follow. And there are income sources like coaching and consulting. A lot of people do coaching and consulting. Like, for example, I do a lot of coaching and consulting, which is one of my primary income sources. You can write books. So book sales is another one. You can also create physical products and merchandises. That's another income source. A lot of podcasters create custom merchandise and sell it. That's another good income source that a lot of podcasters use. Now, while all of that is good to know information, something that you might want to keep in mind is that making money from podcasting isn't going to happen in 10 days, 15 days, a month, or maybe 3 months. You need to set a longer horizon for your podcast in order to actually start making stable income from the podcast, and something that can be called as income for sustainable living. So for that to happen, you need to spend a lot of time, put in a lot of effort, be consistent, release episodes regularly, build a brand for yourself, and only then you will be able to get into that level where you will be able to generate sustainable income from your podcast. So your first and foremost goal should be to ensure that you're creating a podcast that people love listening to, and you are consistently releasing content every week or regularly. If it is a daily show, then every day without a break. And only once you have built that audience for your podcast, you should ideally be looking at that kind of an income generation. But like what I said, affiliate marketing is something that you can get started with immediately after you've launched your podcast. And if you want to learn more about affiliate marketing, you can reach out to me. You can visit thepodcastinguniversity.com, use the contact button there, and reach out to me. I'll be able to help you get started. If you're new to podcasting, then you might want to join my free course, which is a 10-day course on how to start your own podcast. It's free. It's 10-day emails that you'll be getting. It's free to join. You'll be able to join the course at thepodcastinguniversity.com/free-guide. You'll be able to find the link to this course in the description box below and in the screen here as well. So go ahead and join the free course if you want to learn how to start your own podcast. So that is all that I have for today for this video. I'll be back again the next week with another interesting discussion around podcasting. If you enjoyed this video, then do give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell notification so that you stay updated with the latest episodes that I release. That's all that I have for this video. I'll be back again the next week. Stay tuned and keep watching the TPU TV.